Tonight we are seeing a sharp rise in the number of Hoosiers needing help to feed their families during the holidays. Long lines at food giveaways across central Indiana, and food at these events running out faster than expected. Thanks for inviting us in at 6 o'clock. So we sent Emily Longnecker to one of those giveaways today to see what else is being done to address that need.
The food is all gone here at this food giveaway that happened today at the Stanley Strader Park Family Center. It was gone in less than an hour, say organizers, with 95 boxes heading out of this building to people who needed some help at the holidays. The need also great at food pantries too. Take a look.
You know, it's one of those things. You gotta week to week. You're looking at paying bills or feeding your family.
It's an impossible situation most days for Robert Brooks and his wife Sabrina. Both work full-time as valets downtown, but even with tips, they're barely getting by. The Brooks are the faces of the working and impoverished.
It's rough when you have 2 teenage boys and a 6-year-old daughter, and God knows they eat everything in the house.
The rising cost of feeding their family finally brought them here to Westminster Neighborhood Services, where they've been supplementing their groceries for the past 3 months.
You come to a point where you've got, X amount of dollars that you can spend on groceries, and now you're trying to figure out what you need versus, what you can afford to get.
It's unfortunately just a narrative across the board right now.
Olivia Stewart with the food pantry says their number of clients is up 30% from this same time last year, with 15% of those visits from people who've never been here before. Many of them people with jobs, like Robert and Sabrina Brooks, who can't afford housing, utility, and food costs.
We want to be able to fill those gaps where, people just aren't making ends meet.
Gaps Stewart says food pantries across central Indiana are all seeing.
Everyone is experiencing this uptick.
According to Stewart, last year their food pantry gave out 270,000 pounds of food. That number expected to be much bigger this year.
The hardest part is showing up and admitting you need help.
I don't like to have to go because I'm not used to having to ask for help.
But Sabrina and Robert Brooks have no choice. They have children who need food, something these parents have gone without sometimes, just so their kids wouldn't have to. They're hoping this Thursday everyone gets to eat. That's why they're here today.
I do not have a turkey. Pretty much we're hoping to get what we can from this.
Right now, the Brooks aren't even thinking about Christmas or what they can afford to buy for their kids. That's too far ahead. Life for them is one day, one meal at a time.
Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
The need across central Indiana doesn't even stop at food. Today, the Knights of Columbus handed out coats to students at Holy Angels Catholic School. This was one of several giveaways across the Indianapolis area. This organization tells us it's all about giving resources and opportunities to those less fortunate.
Kids should be able to be kids, play outside in inclement weather, be able to walk to school without having to worry about staying warm, and just be able to be kids.
This event connected about 100 students with coats ahead of the upcoming winter season. And if you're interested in helping Hoosier families during the holidays, there are several ways you can get involved. One of them includes a holiday food drive in Fishers. So between now and December 20th, the police department is collecting non-perishable food donations. All those donations will go to the Fishers Youth Assistance Program, making sure that every family can enjoy a warm meal. And we've got all the information on where and how you can donate, all posted on WTHR.com/SeenOn13. Angela?
Scott, a few rain showers on live Doppler 13 radar this evening, with some of the steadiest falling east and southeast of Indianapolis. We head south along Interstate 65 and I-74. Steady rain moving back into Columbus. We have rain around Greensburg and Liberty into Newcastle and Knightstown. Rain approaching the Monticello area as well. Showers will continue for the next couple of hours. It is mild and it is in the form of rain. Temperatures in the 50s this evening. As we look ahead, colder air coming in. We'll be down to 30 tomorrow morning, highs tomorrow afternoon, 40 to 45.
All right, Angela, thanks so much. Today, police in Plainfield teamed up with several other agencies, serving search warrants at 3 different businesses, all part of a human trafficking investigation. Police tell us they received multiple tips about illegal activity at Main Street Spa, Little Ice Spa, and Luna Spa. Now, while serving these search warrants today, police tell us that several people were safely removed from these businesses. Right now, we're working to find out if any arrests were made. IMPD is busy on this Monday night after a violent weekend across Indianapolis. 2 men were killed and many others were injured in nearly a dozen shootings. As Anna Chalker shows us tonight, police really need your help solving these cases.
You need to be able to be a voice of reason. You need to stop things from escalating. You need to control yourself.
IMPD Chief Chris Bailey says this weekend, many of the shootings were caused by no conflict resolution. Within 12 hours, 2 men were killed, several more injured in shootings across the city. 2 of those incidents, police say, started as fights inside bars.
People have to stop using violence as a means to settle their disputes.
Chief Bailey says even though the department has increased their patrols, they need community members to step up and help. And while Reverend Charles Harrison agrees, he says accountability is one of the biggest ways to end gun violence.
And accountability is a deterrent for other people who might think about using violence if they know the consequences are going to be severe.
While officers do have leads in many of these investigations, they still urge anyone with information to reach out to them. You can call them anonymously at Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. In Indianapolis, Anna Chalker, 13 News.
Today, IMPD announced a new addition to its Victim Assistance Unit, a group dedicated to helping people who experience trauma. Grace Luna is the department's new therapy dog. The 1-year-old golden retriever has been training for this new role since January. She's been trained in specialized therapy commands and been socialized to provide comfort and care to Hoosiers impacted by violent crime. Grace Luna joins IMPD's 2 other therapy dogs who also provide support for officers and staff.
And we have our winner, 1,000 entries for the coloring contest. Lula Avery is 8 years old, 3rd grade from Plainfield Central Elementary there in Plainfield. And Lula, I know this is
In Circle today announcing the winner of this year's Circle of Lights coloring contest. Lula now gets to join Chuck, Felicia, and Santa on stage Friday night to flip the switch and light up the Soldiers and Sailors Monument. Every year, your Circle of Lights draws tens of thousands of people downtown, and on Friday evening, we'll see more people in the heart of downtown Indianapolis with the IHSAA State Championships at Lucas Oil Stadium and the Pacers playing at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Tonight, our Lauren Kostick joins us live from Monument Circle with what you need to know if you're heading downtown. Hi, Lauren.
Hey, Scott, it is going to be a very busy Friday night here in downtown, like you said, especially with all 3 of those big events happening within blocks of each other. Of course, we know Circle of Lights, it will be happening right here on Monument Circle, and that alone is expected to draw tens of thousands of people, which is why organizers are once again stressing and reminding everyone to plan ahead. Now, just earlier today, we saw first responders lay out their game plan for this jam-packed night. We are told extra officers will be downtown controlling traffic, and fire marshals will be monitoring crowd size. Also, Downtown Indy Inc. said businesses are staying open for the rush of visitors, providing plenty to do all night.
Visitors are encouraged to arrive early, stay late, and take advantage of downtown's more than 400 restaurants, bars, and coffee shops, as well as holiday attractions leading up to Circle of Lights.
And another big challenge is going to be parking, but you can reserve a spot ahead of time. Now, I checked the parking app ParkWiz and found spots ranging from $25 to $55 all over downtown. However, as a warning, some garages are already selling out, especially around Lucas Oil Stadium. So keep that in mind. And if you are coming to Circle of Lights on Friday, there is a big change. The stage will now be back on the north side. So if you are coming, you're going to want to enter on the south side or either side of Marcus Street. But Scott, let me tell you, the lights are up, the garland is there, and all we need to do is flip the switch in just a few days.
Yeah, I can't wait till Friday night. Lauren, thanks so much. And remember to join us on Monument Circle Friday evening as we get ready to flip the switch. Downtown Indy Inc. Circle of Lights, presented by IBEW 481, gets underway at 6. If you can't join us in person, make sure to tune in and watch it live right here on Channel 13.